Give me the argument, the best argument you know, for the power of cinema.
Sup, bro?
What's up, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And Peliculas with the Bros is a show where me and my brother Ivan talk about a movie, discuss a movie, review it, critically analyze it. Every week we do a new movie. Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
Thor, Love and Thunder.
Thor, Love and Thunder. That is correct. But before we get into that, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We are a podcast. We are called Peliculas with the Bros. If you want to listen to us as podcast platform, you can listen to us. Okay, I'm going to stop talking like a robot. But if you like to listen to podcasts and you like movies and you like podcasts about movies or that kind of thing, look us up on any podcast platform, Peliculas with the Bros. Hit the subscribe button, and every week we'll deliver a nice, tasty morsel to your eardrops. If you like videos, if you like movies, if you like movie video podcasts, something like that, you can watch us on YouTube, Peliculas with the Bros. Every week we drop a new podcast. Check us out there. Subscribe, leave a comment, stuff like that. We talk back. Ivan, are you ready? Get your favorite weapon of choice and get ready to get the power of God bestowed on you while rocking out to Guns N' Roses. What's your weapon?
It's a hammer axe.
A bagel.
Everything bagel?
Yeah. And I spin it.
Like a destructive disc?
Yeah. And when I go, tink, when I spread my fingers out, the sesame seeds go flying.
Just pepper people into like nothing?
Yep. Amazing, isn't it?
Cool. I like it.
Thor: Love and Thunder, Ivan.
Yeah.
Directed by Taiki Waititi.
Yep.
Written by Taiki Waititi and Jennifer Caton Robinson. The premise of this movie: Thor, one of the most powerful beings in the universe. The man that killed Thanos, kind of. What would the mighty Thor lack in his life? Well, the superhero gimmick is becoming boring, and Thor seems to be missing a purpose to continue doing what he does. Enter Jane, his first love and ex-girlfriend, who shockingly becomes a Thor by being able to wield Mjolnir. You like that? Mjolnir. Along with Valkyrie and Korg, they must save the planet from the vengeful Gore the God Butcher. Ivan, we have here Thor: Love and Thunder with the cast of Chris Hemsworth reprising his role as Thor, a newcomer, some guy named Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, Jamie Alexander as Sif, Taiki Waititi as Korg, Russell Crowe as Zeus, and Natalie Portman as Jane Foster / Mighty Thor. Ivan, this movie is directed by Taiki Waititi. Last week we did a review of What We Do in the Shadows where we dissected Taiki Waititi and his movies. Briefly, we discussed and sort of analyzed him, and we talked about how he's a comedic director. He's kind of hot shit right now. Everyone wants a piece of him. He's making a bunch of movies, supposedly Akira, blah, blah, blah. And he has the Midas touch, as they say. Kind of goes with this movie, doesn't it? Comedic director as well. Ivan, do we have anything else to say about Taiki Waititi before we get into this movie? Is there something missing that we haven't yet touched that we might... I guess we can bring it up later if it pertains to this movie, but is there something there?
No.
No. Okay. So let's get into this. How the sausage was made here on Peliculas with the Bros. We like to look at how the sausage for the movie was made. So, Ivan...
New machine.
The machine?
Yeah.
Turn that machine on. Get your pork sausage ready. Sorry. Get your pork casing ready.
Oh.
Get your pork.
Oink, oink.
It's live?
Yes.
Toss it in that machine.
This is new, so you don't hear anything. Soundproof.
Dang, that's more sinister, actually.
Maybe.
Okay, so it just comes out like that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that works for me. Okay, so Ragnarok was a huge success, the previous Thor movie, and it was directed by Taiki Waititi. And since it was a success, Disney's like, let's bring this guy back.
Right.
Let's do this song and dance once more. And Hemsworth especially is like, I want to do Thor if this guy's here, because he revitalized Thor and also my career.
Mm-hmm.
So they do it. And Waititi says he wants to go crazier in this film as far as things he does, the topics he's touching. He wants to make an 80s adventure romance movie with a party vibe. He wants to make it colorful, even more colorful than Ragnarok. And he wants the music to reflect that theme. And we get this movie. But before we get into this movie, of course, this movie is part of the Marvel ecosystem, what we know now as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're in Phase 4, Ivan. We're in midway of Phase 4, by the way. Quickly, I'm going to name the movies / shows. No, just the movies that have come out in Phase 4. We have Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and we have now Thor Love and Thunder. Coming up, we have Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, which is coming out this year. We have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Marvels, and Fantastic Four to round out Phase 4. How do you feel right now with the Cine Univ? It is a lot, right? There's a lot of criticism out right now saying we're not gonna talk about the movie yet. There's a lot of criticism saying, where the hell are we? And by we, I mean me, nerd, Marvel fan. Where are we in the universe as far as like what's next? What's next? Are we okay? What's the next big bad? Is there a next big bad? And I think it's kind of important to note that we're in the middle of a phase.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's not supposed to be too clear, right? Do you think it should be clear as far as like where everything's culminating? Does it even matter where everything's culminating?
I think if we're going by like Phase 1 or any phase, we would be like at Thor 2. No, not even.
No,
We'd be at like Thor.
Yes.
So this is like Thor 1.
Yeah.
So we have to imagine what happened after Thor 1. What was that? Iron Man 2?
Something like that, sure, yeah.
But still early. But we didn't really have Thanos at all. It was just Loki. And our only hint of our Loki was from the Loki show. The John Baptiste, or what's his name? Then the Loki, the guy who was like, "Oh, you ruined everything."
Wait, sorry, I'm lost. You're talking about the Loki show?
Yeah.
What about the Loki show? Like
at the end, the villain at the end
of this movie?
Of Loki.
Oh, got you.
That's
sorry.
like our Phase 1 Loki.
Khan the Conqueror is teased at the end of Loki. Yes. Yes.
And that's our main baddie.
Supposedly.
Yeah. I mean, who else?
I don't know.
Who else? I'm telling you.
So the thing is, and to your point of like where we are comparatively to Phase 1, yes, we sort of are in that Thor range. And even in Phase 1, we didn't know who the big bad, or we didn't get a hint of the big bad until Avengers, which was the end of Phase 1, right?
Yeah.
So technically, if we're going by previous records, we should be okay where we're at right now.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a connecting piece so much yet.
Yes.
Are you okay with that? Or do you want, like, I want to make sure that everything's leading up after every movie?
I'm okay with it. With that, I have other problems that have nothing to do with that.
Okay. Gotcha. Um, as far as like the universe and where we're at now, are you happy, excited for the next step? Are you like, this is looking bad?
Um, I think it's looking bad just because it's getting too big. Like, how much more explosions can they do? You know,
Yeah.
like there's nothing higher than what they already did,
Right.
unless they go like super character driven.
Correct.
But even that's like, it's not for the kids.
Yeah. You do have that issue, like you're saying, and the issue is once you go Super Saiyan, what do you do next?
Yeah.
Well, you go Super Saiyan level 2, obviously. But then you lose, like, that feeling of endorphins, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like you got me high once, but I can never get high again because you already blasted my senses all the way out of here.
I think they're gonna have to like, I don't know, like let go of some older characters. Because like with Super Saiyan at 2, like Krillin was irrelevant. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, like Ant-Man is going to be like...
Yeah, like who the heck is that?
Yeah.
I think only in Dragon Ball Z, like Goku, like just the Saiyans, they're the only ones that mattered, and then the villains.
Right.
Everyone else is like too weak. Goodbye.
I think what might be happening, or what should eventually happen, is like, since there's these powers that are so great, you're gonna have to find a way to diversify them and push them away, like put them in their own world almost. That way you have Ant-Man's universe and you have Thor's universe, maybe not so much universe, but their own story, right? And they don't connect so much because, like you said, once they connect, Ant-Man becomes Krillin, and he's basically worthless. So you spread out these characters, you build up their own story, and I would assume that the goal is to create stories within those universes and span out that way.
But it still just feels like, even if they would have to be on separate planets.
Yeah.
I would feel, just because even with whatever Tony Stark left, I think he has like an iron legion of war machines at least, that he could just like GPS kill this city.
Yeah.
And just like
That-
everything.
Maybe like what they could do is, with these stronger powers like the Marvels and the Thors and just like these gods, they can send them to space, which it feels like they're doing. Like Eternals too, like they're sending them to space and not putting them in Earth. And then all the Earth characters will stay like relatively
Earth.
weaker. Captain America, those type of maybe the X-Men, Fantastic Four can stay there. Whereas like the more supreme beings, the level 1s, I would call them, whatever they are,
Right.
you send them out in the universe and you don't have to worry about them. But
still,
I think what we're talking more about, and that we're trying to fix something that probably is unfixable now, is just like, you let the cat out of the bag, and after this, there's no coming back. Like, we've experienced it once, and that's going to be it. Like,
yeah.
we're not going to be happy with anything else coming after this.
Yeah.
There are a segment of fans that want, the ones that are complaining about how things aren't connected yet,
Right.
and they want things to connect. Those fans are typically super fans. Like, they read wikis about all the characters and all the possibilities, and it's kind of that lifestyle choice that you make that we've discussed about before. Like, I'm a Marvel / DC head. I know all the stories. And for me, I'm not that interested in that kind of lifestyle. So maybe that's the reason why I'm not too like, come on, connect Thor to Doctor Strange in a more seamless. I don't really care. I'm okay with just getting the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, looking back at Doctor Strange really quick, um, it's kind of getting worse the farther I get from it. In the sense of like, I think you brought this point up too, that it was supposed to be the movie that sort of spawned the next phase, right? Or at
I
least it
felt
was
it.
teased that way.
Yeah.
And you do have this amazing thing or concept of the multiverse. And it kind of now, as I get further away, I'm like, oh, it feels like a missed opportunity there somehow.
Like, I don't know. Like, they should have just, I think they're just trying to take their time with it and, like, really milk out the money. I guess that's literally the answer. But I think
unfortunately,
yeah, they should have just, after Doctor Strange, had it all exist together and just went into X-Men Fantastic Four and then just forget about America Chavez.
Don't bring that name up. You know it.
America Chavez.
My blood starts boiling Mexican hot when you do that.
Yeah. Not that, like, I don't want these newer young characters, but if there's already X-Men and Fantastic Four, why not just have them be at the front and then just have the other ones be there too?
Yeah.
Instead, we're gonna wait for how long for John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic? Like 4 years, and then 12 years until we get Endgame 2, 3.
It would be nice for there to be like some kind of label on some of these shows and movies to be like, you need to watch this, and like, you don't need to watch this. Like maybe Doctor Strange, we didn't need to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow, we didn't need to watch. Shang-Chi, I mean, kinda, I guess. But I wish that
you don't have to watch any of it. Actually,
now that I look at all of them, we didn't need to watch any at all. But something that says like this, either this is isolated, like Moon Knight.
Okay.
Maybe that would help, but obviously it didn't because I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's not fixable, right?
I think they just know everyone will watch everything, and they don't want any less money by saying you don't have to watch this.
Yeah.
Like if they say that, that's like 10 million gone.
Easily, yeah. Okay. That was a stupid idea of me. That's like the critic in me that wants that label.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think just money's going to ruin them. Like, they kind of phase, or the Endgame era, Thanos era, Infinity War. That was good because, like, it was just slow, but it's kind of what you wanted at the time.
Simple.
Yeah.
It kind of all was leading up to something. But that being said, the second phase was kind of a drag.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like roses the whole time.
I think phase 2, they got a little cocky, like, oh, they'll watch anything. And then it was bad. And they're like, oh, they won't watch anything.
Yeah.
We got to kind of align this.
Interesting. Well, we'll see where it goes. Before we get into this movie, I do have one hot take that I'll spit at you when we get into it. And that take is that everyone is wrong about this movie. Everyone is wrong.
Even you?
Everyone.
Whoa.
People know this meme. Do you know this meme?
No.
It's a popular basketball meme.
That was like some racist.
Why?
Sign. I don't know.
There's this they do like the news for basketball, right? ESPN, whatever. And there's a guy who has like inside knowledge about like the trade that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he was asking questions to his guests and stuff, but they were rhetorical questions. And he's like, why would Utah do that? Why would they do that? And they're like, because they want to trade for Kevin Durant. He's like, nope. No. Like he didn't want to be interrupted. He's like, nope. But it was just so masterful the way. And it was like a Twitter sensation, memes everywhere, Reddit. It went crazy. Just the way he did it, it was like beautiful.
He sounds like a weirdo.
He's a weirdo. Ivan, what'd you think about this movie?
I liked it. But I had to say it like that. I liked it.
Ivan liked this movie. I liked it too. See you next week.
But
Oh,
I don't know. It's same as Doctor Strange. Felt like you have Doctor Strange, like, oh, he could do literally anything. And then my imagination was better than the movie, I felt.
right.
Especially with multiverse, him jumping through all that stuff. Like Sam Raimi, I was like, this could be literally anything. And I watched it and I was like, okay, not really amazing. Cool moments,
Yes.
cool scenes. But overall, it wasn't like, wow.
So, to me, when I watched this film, I didn't really understand the state I was coming in as. Like, I was just watching. I knew I was coming to watch Thor, and I was expecting a okay movie.
Mm.
I don't think I was down on it or I was up on it. And when I watched it, I thought it was funny. I laughed a lot. I laughed hysterically in one part. Shout out to our boy Russell Crowe.
The
Yeah,
with the
I love when he was doing the lightning throws. That was so stupid that it was funny. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it was colorful, and there was a bunch of cool looking things. Maybe not the best CGI, which a lot of people were complaining about, but for me, like as a dumb viewer, I wasn't even like trying to nitpick it that much. And I was like, this is funny. This is colorful. This is slightly entertaining. Yeah, the story is in theory the story is good. Like Jane becoming Thor and the love lost and being able to regain it, but she has cancer and all that sounds good. The execution wasn't there for me. Just like I think it's mainly because Waititi's like making fun of everything, and it's hard to take the cancer seriously when he's like has screaming goats in the background, which I thought was hilarious too. The 30 times he did it, I always like chuckled.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was like a good, fun movie. And then everyone was saying it was horrible.
Exaggerate. I'd say at worst like mediocre.
Yeah, exactly.
But like mediocre to anyone is bad.
Which is odd, because like I don't see Doctor Strange getting this hate when it's
Raimi.
like
Can't hate Raimi. I think.
But no one, the younger crowd doesn't know Raimi.
But who's hating? Not 5-year-olds.
Yeah, I don't know. 40-year-olds are hating.
Yeah, and film nerds will never hate Sam Raimi because of all that he's done for film and cinema.
Cinema, baby.
But Taiki, he's a new wildcat. He doesn't know what he's doing.
It's like what the main criticism I hear is that this movie is like a whole bunch of nothing with like Waititi's humor all over it.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can say the same thing about Doctor Strange in theory. Like it's a whole bunch of nothing with Raimi's aesthetics at the very end.
I think they have to do nothing because they're setting up for something.
Yes.
Like they can't have Thor die.
Right.
Because they need him. They can't have, like they'll do tactical deaths of Jane. Like, ooh, like we killed her. This is serious. But really, she probably got paid like $100 billion. And there was like one more movie. And then she goes out with like such a good story. It's an easy sell to kill off a character like that.
And I think that's part of the point that I was making earlier, where my hot take is everyone is wrong about this movie. But when I say everyone, I mean like everyone that doesn't like this movie is wrong about this movie, because they're looking at a Marvel film as they're looking at it in two ways, but they can't look at it in two ways. One way is I'm looking at this movie as a film.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a film. It is not a film.
Taiki would hate that.
I think he's fine with that too. He's making a buttload of money.
Mm-hmm.
And to view this critically, to go in the theaters and say, oh, the CGI, oh, the humor just eradicates the emotional baggage this movie could have, you know? Like, this movie is made to make money. It's a cash cow, and that's all it is. For people to look at it like, oh my god, this movie, it's A, it's not a good film, it doesn't go anywhere, and B, it doesn't lead to the next thing. Like, you want it to be a film, and you want it to be your next setup to your next story.
I think.
Well, that's where you went wrong, I think.
Oh. I think it's possible to have both, but I don't think Marvel cares enough to try that hard to get there. Because, like, I think there is an answer, like, to the problem. It's just not easy, and it's a lot easier to be like, hey, Taiki, make sure you hit these points and Thor does not die. And then you can't kill the Guardians either, obviously. Other than that, do what you want.
I think you're right. Like, I think the best version of this, or the best execution of this, is the last Batman film, the Batman, where you have this sort of isolated superhero story, and then they barely hint the next bad guy, which is the Joker. Maybe. I would even say that, to me, throws like the movie off. And I'm looking at that like as a critic. Like, when I looked at the Batman, I thought it was like a great movie. I love how everything's so insular and stylized and all that. But the one moment they introduce like the Joker and talking to the Riddler, say, "I'll be your friend." I'm like, can we just have like a story, a movie without that doesn't lead to the next film? Like, I don't need that as a moviegoer to be satisfied. And I think that's one of my issues, right? Like that.
Oh
yeah, I have many. One of my issues with a lot of people that critique Marvel films is that they're not satisfied if they don't get that fix at the end.
Yeah, Hercules. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, but that didn't satisfy a lot of people.
Satisfied me plenty.
For me, I'm more satisfied. The Fix is a good movie.
Right.
I guess that's my main crux. I love this movie though, in a way, cause like as I was watching it, I was just like, it was kind of the same feeling I had when I heard Drake's Honestly Nevermind album.
Jeez. Okay.
Like, where are we where Waititi can have this kind of film being made, where he has like screaming goats, he has, which is a reference to a meme. We have a naked Thor. We have a Thor doing the Jean-Claude Van Damme splits and rocking out to Guns N' Roses. We have like the quirky humor between everything, you know? Like, this is kind of the movie that a lot of people would love to have if they weren't so blinded by like the Marvel machine of it all.
Yeah.
Because it's a movie made by a director with his own vision. Given it's heavily influenced by Marvel's like creative machine, it is still a product of a director who's doing kind of what he wants. And that to me is like pretty awesome. The fact that you have Russell Crowe making like the worst Greek accent of all time, it reminded me of a pigeon. But I was like, in this movie, that actually works.
Yeah.
Where in that movie, I'm like, I wanted a more serious take. In this one, I'm like, yes, this is what I want. A ridiculous Russell Crowe as Zeus. You have Bale committing 1,000% to gore, which is hit or miss character for me, but at least he committed. Um, I really like the subplot between Thor and his hammer.
Oh, the little relationship they had.
Yeah, like the new hammer being jealous of his ex hammer, and the meta of like a girlfriend. You know,
Yeah.
I like that, and I don't know. To me, that just it's funny, it's silly, it works. Is it bad that I
Wrong.
like? Is it bad that I like this film?
No. Unless.
Do you have an unless?
Not really. Like, I mean, I agree with you. There's just parts where I was like, oh, come on. Like, a bit too corny, a bit too cheesy. I know he's trying to get to there, but it felt like I just did not like the kids battle at the end.
Oof.
And the the double fight at the end with Thor and the new daughter, and then the
Eternity.
fact that she was like brought back to life and then like quickly accepts Thor. Maybe they've been at it for like a year and then that's like their peak relationship. But still, it felt so like random.
You're right, and I don't know why, but when I feel like I would cringe at the kid battle, but when I was watching it, I was okay with it. I sort of just went with the flow. And after hearing a bunch of people's criticism, like those kind of segments were parts where people were just thrown off. But I don't know why. For me, as I watched it, I was okay with it.
It felt weird because Gore was like painted as just this brutal killer, like bloody, disgusting. He just kills for no reason.
Yeah.
And then he kills gods and like he kills. And at the end, like, Thor, time to fight against the things that just dismember people and everything. It's like, realistically, 5 of these kids should have died horribly. Yeah. 10 of them injured beyond repair.
But you're right.
It just felt weird, like unethical, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of creepy too. Like, unfortunately, the time we live in with like the elementary school shooting, and like Gore kidnapping the kids.
Yeah.
That part was like, that was just in the back of my mind, and how he's like, and then that part where you were saying where they fought, I'm like, oh, this could get a little tricky. Like, you can't.
It's weird.
Yeah, you can't have the kids get hurt in a Marvel film, especially with what's going on. So,
yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. I don't think he should have done that, but I don't know a fix.
And how does he know the heinous crimes that could have been committed before?
I mean, either way, I wouldn't have had kids fighting no matter what.
Yeah, maybe especially against a guy that's called Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah. And then, I mean, just generally, I would have made the fights a little more interesting, because it felt like I like his shadow power of like disappearing. Like, you could have had some fun, like disappear behind. Like, you could have been super creative, but it felt like a normal fight.
Yeah.
And it's Thor, and he's kind of just losing to hand-to-hand combat. I don't know. Like, when I think of Thor before this movie, I thought, like, this dude, literally a god. And he is a god, but, like, a god that could just, like, look at you, dead. But,
yeah.
like, when this happened, or this movie, I was like, I guess he wasn't as strong as I thought he was.
Right.
Whatever.
Talking about this movie seriously is a practice in futility.
Shut up.
You like that? It's just like the fact that we're saying it doesn't make sense that Thor could, and it doesn't.
But I think you could talk seriously about something super absurd. Like, we could talk seriously about like a piece of poop on the floor, and that's funny in itself. But like, you could just commit to it.
You could, but like, as soon as you start saying like, well, Thor technically has the power of a god. Like, I have this incredible urge to just yell, "Nerd alert!"
But I think, like, just in writing, I feel like that's where they mess up. Like,
yeah,
or like, there's like that in what do you call that? Improv concept of like, if you have the glass and you put it down, that glass exists no matter what. So if you stand up and you move your hand over, you're supposed to act like you just hit the glass.
Right.
But if they're not doing that with things they like already established, it kind of, I think just like subconsciously, you kind of don't think these characters actually matter because none of the rules stay.
Right. And there is like there is this feeling that like no one really can die in this film.
Yeah.
Or maybe even in larger scope, like no one can die in Marvel.
Like Tony was like the biggest death, but even that's like
He might be back.
It's been 15 years. Like he kind of deserves to die, you know? Like he's earned that death.
Yeah.
But still, how long did it take for them to kill Iron Man? That many movies?
Right.
Like I don't know. I can't see them. Like,
But how impactful was it though? It was pretty impactful when Spider-Man faded away.
yeah.
And then with Tony.
I mean, I even knew Spider-Man was coming back, but like it was just the acting that sold it. They're
True.
like, dang, he really feels this. And that's the thing. I could know exactly how movies are going to end, but if I'm in like the actor's headspace or the character's headspace and they could really believably sell that they're about to die, I think that's more important than keeping a character or killing a character.
suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's rate this movie. Out of 5 Zeus lightning bolts. Ooh. How many lightning bolts is it?
3.5.
4 lightning bolts out of 5. I have a site for a section we like to call.
Things in touch.
I have a pitch for you.
Lay it on me.
I have a vision of how they should introduce X-Men.
It's already too late.
And it involves X-Men 97.
Don't know what that means.
X-Men 97 is a new upcoming animated X-Men show.
Isn't it old, but like they're continuing it?
Yeah.
Get a new idea, buddy.
So they're the ones that made it. I'm just
No,
hoping-
I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
Get a new idea, buddy.
X-Men 97 is going to be basically a revival, continuation of the classic 90s X-Men show, cartoon show.
Same style?
I think it's like going to be the same color, but probably like better animation or whatever. But same character designs,
Whatever.
hopefully. And so it's going to be one season, I imagine. And then at the end of the last episode of the last season, they're going to be like, what's that? Transported into the real world. And they just went through the multiverse. Nerd alert! And now they're real people.
Whoa.
What's the
I have a pulse.
theme?
I don't know.
I always forget it. But that's my pitch.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then so X-Men 97 ends with them getting transported into the real world. So imagine like them in their real costumes, but in the real world. You think that can happen?
I've only seen it done ironically. Like Thor, he had the full on Thor suit. But
That was so good, by the way.
But it's played like as a joke more than anything.
Like when he's like, I'm the real Thor. That was so good.
Yeah. And I mean, Cap has had a real suit, but it looks so ugly on him. I think Avengers was the most like realistic Captain suit, but
Yeah.
it just looked like Play-Doh on him or something.
Right. We haven't had that like neon color outfits that were signature in the 60s, 70s.
I just
even
don't think it
90s.
works if it's like 1-to-1. It has to be like adapted.
We'll see. We'll see. There's a bunch of buzz going around about Fantastic Four directors, actors. I don't know if you saw this. Steven Spielberg associated to Fantastic. I was like, Fantastic Four, Steven Spielberg. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's see your last failure.
How much money would he like? They would just be like, you can make all the revenue.
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. It's just so.
I think it could be very good.
But it's like.
And then he would be tasked. He would be like the Whedon, right? He would be like, "You're like the Whedon. You have to connect this in a good way to the next."
They're telling this to Spielberg, like, listen, you got to do a good job on this. He's like, blink, blink, blink. Me,
the 85-year-old man who's made $5 billion in the movie industry.
who's made the framework for movies for the past 30 years.
Sure, I'll do it.
I'll try.
So no.
I mean, sure, but it's like straight up just big name. Like, weren't they going for small name, good director before? And then,
I mean, every once in a while you have to swing big.
but they have Raimi. Like, I don't know. It's just suspicious. Like, they care more about, I think they should care more about, like, the script first. That should be, like, priority 0, -1.
Yeah.
And then after that, like, okay, what director fits this? Or like, if a director approaches them with a script, that's when they go to that director. But they should, like, the script, I think that's what matters most.
Evan has a point here. His main criticism of Thor and Doctor Strange is the script, so I guess
Right.
it is where the movie starts, as they say. It's where the magic happens. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun.
Ain't nothing but a hand.
That's my thing.
Damn it. Try to steal it.
Come on.
Emmys, Ivan. Don't do that.
The look in my eye. No, no, no.
You have that look in your eye. Emmys.
Tell me.
Succession
Sure, win.
has the most.
Deserved.
There's like three shows that are getting like all the praise right now for the Emmys.
Makes sense.
And I saw a take. It's like, well, maybe that's a sign that a lot of shows are bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
What's
damn.
the shows?
Ted Lasso.
Severance?
Severance is like 10. It was Ted Lasso. It was another one that I was like, oh, that one has 20. I forgot. Barry? Is it Barry? Maybe it's Barry. I forgot.
Could be.
But Succession leading the way, baby.
That's what I've been saying, though.
I know.
People criticize me for not watching anything on TV, but nothing's good.
All those critics out there, right?
I'm just ahead of the game.
Damn right. Nope, Ivan.
Nope to what?
Did you see the trailer for Nope, the new one?
Probably. Oh, no.
It's weird because I have like this really bad vibe.
Maybe that's the point. But, like, I'm tired of it.
But that's part of my bad vibe. Like, we've seen the trailer for like 3 years now. And
Yeah.
then on the Thor trailers, they had the new trailer for Nope, and they explained everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Was
Like-
it like an alien?
It's alien. It's them trying to their dad was killed and now they're trying to capture the alien and the alien's like going after them and there's a lot being explained and then like they hire a cinematographer who is going to capture the alien and prove to people that it's real. Like a bunch of spoilers.
There better be a twist or something, but like now if I'm expecting a twist, like kind of ruins it.
Yeah, and I think my weird feeling is like, why did we have to watch the trailer for so long? Why now are you ruining it for me? And please pay off, because I would love nothing better than like Jordan Peele, great movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know how I feel about Us. I don't know what's our next movie of the week. Maybe we do Us. But I'm scared for Peele, and I hope it's a good movie because it comes out next week. What's your immediate like gut feeling rating?
I feel like I think he's a one-trick pony. One-trick pony.
Yeah,
But who knows?
this could be the one. I mean, he barely has 2 films.
Yeah, but if like both of those films are basically like the frame is just like meh,
Yeah,
meh. It felt too like isn't this the same thing?
right. I mean, it's not, right?
I mean, it's obviously not. But like if it at a quick glance I look at them like it's the same thing. That's what everyone's reaction is.
But do we say the same thing about like James Gunn? Or is it because we think Peele is supposed to be like this auteur, but he's more like maybe he's not an auteur?
What if he's just bad?
No, not that he's bad, but he's more of a Raimi than a Tarantino.
I don't know. It just I want to see him do something outside of these 3 movies. It just feels too much of the same thing, even though they're not the same thing.
I'm excited. I'm excited now because I want to see where he goes.
What if it's just the same
Because what I
thing?
like about Get Out is visually it was inventive, like the
Yeah.
colors,
You
the
know?
sunken space, and then Us was kind of inventive too, as far as like the theory of like underworld, the clones or like a clone, and
Very-
the circus aspect of it. This one has like I have no vibe at all of like where it's going.
I mean, aliens. I feel like they're gonna lower from the ship. Dad's gonna come out. Jokes.
I want to see a freaky looking alien.
Just like tenderly disgusting horror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like body horror.
Just something. Like if he's giving it all away. I don't think he should have done any trailers. I think he has like the power now.
That's the thing. Like Nope should have just been like a freaking mystery until the very
Yeah.
end.
But then he risks like people seeing it and like, oh, that was average.
Can movies do like surprise releases like Beyonce or Drake?
I think they will eventually.
That would be awesome. Like, oh, guess what's coming out tomorrow?
Tarantino's new movie.
Fuck, I would blow my brain out.
Tarantino.
I would like bite the curb and just kill myself.
Dying to Tarantino.
Time for a section we like to call "What's on the Telly."
Oh, I watched Collateral. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah,
It's good.
it's good.
It's really good, Adrian. Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx.
What does he? Why does he? I'm losing my memory at the end. He's trying to kill that one girl that he likes.
Yes.
Gotcha. Who is?
Will Smith's wife. She looks like Zoe Saldana in that movie.
That's funny.
Like super. I was like, wait. I had to like Google. Like, is that person? Or is
Right.
Because they have the same exact frame. Like Zoe Saldana always has that like super flat long hair,
Yeah.
and she had the same exact hair.
Interesting.
So I was like, what the?
I just think I liked it, but I don't like Jamie Foxx in that movie.
Yeah.
He was off. Like he's not good at as acting as like a normal guy.
Yeah.
He's not
Should've
an
been, like,
everyman.
Adam Driver or something.
Just like a guy like Adam Driver. It doesn't have to be white.
I think it's because Jamie's too charismatic. Like, you can't take away the charisma that's in him.
Yeah.
Even though the character needed a little charisma to talk to like people like, oh, I'm just putting some things together.
Right.
But you can have that charisma and with like an uncharismatic person. Just have him be a little confident, like, oh, I'm making my little stuff. And then most of the time he's like, why you killing it?
It doesn't work for him.
Yeah. He's too cool.
He has too much. He has like so much personality that he doesn't know how to act normal.
Yeah.
And I think his normal acting in this is just horrible.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, though.
What a villain. What a villainous villain man.
The rage in a man.
Javier Bardem. He was in it as some kingpin drug lord. But he was good in it.
Oh, yeah, he was at the club, right?
Yeah.
When he's like, I need your help. Yeah, I remember that. Good movie.
Probably like 5 out of 5 at least.
At least.
At least.
60% of the time, it works all the time.
Yes, sir.
I am actually kind of absent on my tele viewing, but I really want to watch Stranger Things. The final your face, the final phase of Stranger. People love it, and I love the first phase. It was like action packed. It was
seasons.
Sorry,
Come
part 1 of season 4, whatever.
Disgusting.
Oh, I watched again At World's End. Have you seen that?
Is that
Edgar Wright?
British?
Yeah, Edgar Wright's.
I haven't seen it.
It's good.
It's good. It's so good.
I have this thing where like I love music in films and when they use it, but I realized how hard it is to use it correctly.
I mean, with Thor, I felt like they used too big of songs. Like,
yeah.
So, like, top 5 hits of that artist.
Guns N'
Maybe that was the
Roses.
point. But, like, you could just be a little creative and do, like, a little lower hit
Yeah.
and make it work a little better.
Right.
It just has, when the song's bigger than the scene itself, like, come on.
That's true. That's what makes Tarantino's playlist selection amazing, because he picks these obscure songs that just sound cool or right for the movie, and you're like, this feels new. But if he plays Metallica, it's like, oh, well, this is, when I hear Metallica, I think of this.
Yeah. Too big.
Yeah. Good point, Ivan. You should have added that when we were talking about the movie.
I don't care what I do.
Ivan, it's time for a section we'd like to call Really Be Bussin'. I don't know why I was waiting for you to say it.
Oh, no. You're crazy. You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
I'm loco.
You're straight crazy.
I just, I've been listening to... Have you listened to Giveon? Are you done with music?
Pretty much.
Don't bother me. Giveon... There's something else I was listening to. Oh, Donald.
Brett.
No, I heard it was trash, so I don't even want to listen to it.
Okay. Chris Brown.
I tried it, but I don't like it. We could talk about that. Chris Brown, he's like, coming out with the deluxe album, but I know it doesn't... what did he say? Coming out with the deluxe album, but who cares, right? It's not like you guys want to listen to it. You guys didn't stream my album. I'm like, oh my god. This is like the epitome. And then he's like, when like I'm in the news, everyone wants to talk to me, but when I'm out of the news and acting good, no one likes to listen to my music. He's like, literally back to Bracken. And I said, see you later, buddy, because I'm never going to listen to you again. You are not successful right now because your music is not good right now. If you come out with a good album, people are going to listen to it. It was so infuriating when I saw that.
It's embarrassing. Nicki Minaj does that too. That's why she sucks.
That sucks, man. That really is like...
I think it's just like the moment you don't get, like you sell 100 records, and then you sell like 99 records. At 99, you're like, you start freaking out, and you want to get back to the top, but that like, that super like clingy need to get to the top, that just ruins all art for you, and then you just keep sinking and sinking and sinking.
I think one of the things with Chris Brown is maybe his previous albums were a little bit more successful, and he was just coasting off like his previous success before, and like he had a fan base. But when you wait a little longer, and when you don't put out quality, like eventually people age out and stop listening to you. That could be happening to him.
And if he just reinvents, not even reinvents, but like just makes good music, gets the right people, understands what he needs to evolve, he's not doing any of that.
Like, how about you make a 14-track album instead of a 28-track album? And we might have something there.
Maybe.
You could call the Afrosio plumbers to... This is all just like, we bring down the artists and then offer our services.
It's a little toxic.
Yeah.
Abusive.
Like, they're kind of trash, but if you need us, 1-800-AFROSIO, we'll be there, ready to fix your career.
We could sell like little plans, coaching, mentoring plans. We sell them like, here's our signed journal, and then so they can journal in there, and then we fix them.
Here it is. Do you want our base plan, or do you want our deluxe?
No. Do you want our base plan, or do you want our deluxe plan?
Or do you want our yacht member plan?
Diamond Deluxe Super Delicious plan?
We just become like stepbrothers.
Yeah.
Do you want the deluxe premium plan with the diamond encrusted portfolio? Because you literally buy us yachts if you get that. And there goes my audio. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Oh, God. Well, we could cut that out.
It's back.
It's back, baby.
Back in black.
Dun, 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 dun. There you go. That was horrible, but I get the point.
I have the energy.
One artist that does not need our help, Ivan, is Bad Bunny.
True.
For
now.
The biggest artist, at least in America, for...
Kind of sad. Like, for America. Like, really getting destroyed.
Sure, but it in a more positive light. It's great for Latinos everywhere.
Oh yeah, that little thing.
Like, it's kind of crazy to imagine that we live in a world where the biggest artist in America is a Latin-born artist, and his albums are non-English.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
like Shakira had her moment, but she had to make a English album.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Bunny's doing it without that. That's pretty crazy.
Good on him.
Good on him. Music. Any like new stuff coming out? Do you have any inside knowledge? What are the people saying nowadays on Reddit?
I mean, after Kendrick, what's left? Rap's done. It's over. Frank.
He killed rap in the opposite way that we thought he was gonna.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm not gonna kill it as in like this album's gonna be so good that no one can release an album. I'm just gonna say the truth, and now no one can release an album.
Now, if anyone releases one, it's kind of corny because if they rap about money, drugs, or women, then they did not listen to his album, and they're wrong, and they failed at life.
Oh man, so good. Yeah. Then I think that's it.
Yeah, music is dead. I'm saying it here first.
First
And last.
I've been listening to like classic albums, and I have fun with that.
Not the same.
Let's decide right now. What's the movie of next week? So we have Nope coming out in 2 weeks, so we're gonna
I
talk
don't want
about.
to watch Us, honestly.
What if we watch something that influenced Peele,
Like
or someone that does it better than Peele? Hitchcock.
What?
Little movie called Birds.
Birds?
I think it's called Birds.
Never heard of it.
Well, you're obviously not a film aficionado like I am.
Thank God.
What else? What else could we do?
I have a little like pain
Is it like the cramp pain?
I don't know.
Like a little pocket of air?
It'll go away.
Are you sure? You're kind of scared right now.
It'll go away, right? I don't know. We'll watch Us.
You sure?
Sure.
Would you rather watch Get Out or Us?
Us, just because I've seen Get Out.
Have you seen Us?
No.
You never seen Us?
No.
Oh, we're doing Us then. Why don't you want to watch Us? And
It
you're like
looks
saying,
so
"Oh,
boring.
he looks like a one-trick pony."
It looks so boring.
It's not boring.
I don't care about the underground clone army.
I just gave it away, damn it.
What is this, iRobot?
Underground?
I mean, I guess it was above ground. But they had tunnel scenes.
Tunnels? I'm out. I don't want to watch that. We're doing Us.
What's the... Oh, I guess I'll watch it, whatever.
What's the worst thing that could happen? You'll like it? You're going to like it.
I'll predict everything.
How about we predict this right now? If it's a 4 at least, you owe me a dinner.
It won't be... I'm just not going to give it a 4. What are you talking about?
You have to be honest.
No way it's a 4.
Okay, so you owe me a dinner.
Wait, what?
If it's a 4 for you.
Oh, okay, but it won't be a 4.
No way it's a 4?
It has to be a lot deeper than what I'm imagining.
Okay. All right, guys. You heard it here first.
3.999999999.
You're not Russian, okay? I mean German. Next week, we'll be back with a new podcast. We'll be talking about Us to prepare for the immaculate Jordan Peele movie, Nope. But until then, please rate, review, subscribe, leave a comment. We talk back. We'll be back next week with a new episode. Peace out.
Bye.